Beautiful.
Redkin,
Here.
Moore,
Here.
Shaner. Here. Scott.
Here.
Waters.
Here. We stand for a moment of silent prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Gretchen Cooper. Gretchen here. Reads, whereas the Junior League of Sioux City was founded in April 11th, 1921, has been providing support, volunteers, and donations to our community in times of need ever since. And whereas the Junior League of Sioux City is an organization of women committed to promoting volunteerism, developing the potential of women, and improving the community through effective action and leadership of trained volunteers. Its purpose is exclusively educational and charitable. And whereas they are part of the Association of Junior Leagues International, which encompasses 4 countries and 290 leagues. The Junior League of Sioux City currently has over 200 members comprised of women of all races, religions, beliefs, and backgrounds. And whereas their Discovery Shop on West 7th Street is their biggest fundraiser and is celebrating its own anniversary of 50 years. The funds raised through the shop and other fundraisers throughout the year provide funding to various projects in the community and training to members. Now, therefore, I, Robert E. Scott, Mayor of the City of Sioux City, on behalf of the City Council, deem it an honor to commend and congratulate the Junior League of Sioux City on the occasion of its 100th anniversary and their years of service to the Sioux City community. I can present this to you and say a few words if you would.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this for us. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to get this commendation. I'm the president this year. Also president is my president-elect, Nadine Meese. We want to thank the city for recognizing all we do, and we're looking forward to the next 100 years.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you.
Next, Bob Padmore has an announcement.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. I would like to introduce our new inclusive Sioux City liaison. When we advertised the position, we had well over, I believe it was almost 100 applicants. I want to thank a committee that went through writing exercises and oral interviews. We had final interviews a couple weeks ago, and it was unanimous from the final selection committee. I'd like to introduce Semhar Gebrakiden. She comes to us from Siouxland Community Health. She's originally from Sioux Falls. Semhar, if you'd like to get up and say a little about yourself, and we're just extremely excited that she's here.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I'm normally not quiet, so
you're
just
good.
wanted to make sure. Hi, I'm Semhar Gebrakiden. I come from Sioux Falls, South Dakota originally, but I was an HIV case manager at Siouxland Community Health Center for the last 1.5 years. Previous to that, I was an international student advisor, and I was managing all immigration filings for F1 students at the University of South Dakota. Graduated from South Dakota State University with my master's in sociology in 2008 and 2016 undergraduates in global studies with minors in leadership and nonprofit management in Spanish. So first generation college kid at my house from my family who came here in '91 from Ethiopia. So proud moments at our house, and I'm excited to work in diversity affairs here. I like diversity and inclusion work. It's kind of my niche. It's always what I'd liked. I got to work in health equity for the first time at Siouxland Community Health Center at the Ryan White program there. So I'm very excited to now take what I've learned from academic diversity and health diversity and kind of working for it here. So yes.
Wow.
If you guys ever want to talk to me, you can come to my office. I always have chocolate.
No doubt. Well, welcome.
Welcome.
This is exciting. I didn't know it was happening. Yeah, nice radio.
Maybe you can get that doctorate degree from the college down the road at USD when you get ready to go back. All right, Parking and Skywalk Board of Trustees, Bradley Grigorich. Come on up the mic and tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to serve.
Good afternoon. A little background on myself. I came to Sioux City 7 years ago for school. In 2016, I took a volunteer position at St. Luke's as a system administrator. There, I was tasked with taking their current volunteer management system to a new one. In 2018 of June, I took an internship at Mid-American Energy as a business systems analyst in the IT department. The following year, I transitioned to full-time, and I'd like to apply to this board to help with any issues that they may be facing today, as well as offering insight to any improvements for the current system.
Thanks for making the application.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Where did you move here from?
I moved here from Eastern Iowa.
Well,
Yep.
thanks for migrating over to our side of the state.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if we want to apply,
Yeah, we could.
can. Hey, yeah, one vote. I like
Senior
it.
Advisory Committee, Randy Eilers.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
My name is Randy Ehlers. I've lived in Sioux City since 2011. I currently work for Siouxland PACE, a Department of Unity Point Health, St. Luke's, where I serve as the director of the PACE program. PACE is a program for all-inclusive care of the elderly, and I'm very interested in serving on the Senior Advisory Committee to help promote issues with senior citizens in our community.
Yeah, appreciate it. Maybe it's
Fantastic. Thanks
Right.
for,
Seems like
thanks
it would
for
be a good
applying.
fit.
And we'll look forward to your good work.
yeah, be a good perspective to have. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thanks
Appreciate
for
it.
applying.
All right.
All right,
I'll let
thank
know.
you.
Thank you. Kevin, you want to get yours out of the way? I know you're a busy guy. Thanks for your good work. I've had nothing but compliments on your service.
Yes, thank you. Just kind of an update. The vaccine rollout is still continuing. As you know, the Johnson & Johnson had the kind of the snafu as far as supply. We were anticipating and hoping to get about 400 doses a week in the allocation. We know that's been suspended at this point in time. We have worked with Merciac and Sioux Community Health Center. They have done the majority of the larger employers in the community. They've been out there and reached those, and some of those actually requested the 2-dose Pfizer as opposed to the Johnson & Johnson. It's a personal choice. That works within what we're doing. Tomorrow we'll be out at Morningside College getting students. And then we're also looking at setting something up with Western Iowa Tech. And then I understand Sioux Community Health Center went to Briarcliff University or is going there. So we're really trying to get those students, I guess, protected before they disperse for the summer. I think our next focus and targeted audience, and we just saw more of them come through our clinic last week, are the 16, 17, and 18-year-olds with the Pfizer vaccine. They're now eligible, and they are also, as far as that, is the only one age-wise that allows those younger people to be basically vaccinated. We're also waiting, too, to see what time or if the CDC will approve it for the 12 to 15-year-old audience. If so, then we'll begin to take a look at that because those are the ones that, activity-wise, we know that they can be asymptomatic carriers, and we think it's important we offer it to them also. I do want to thank Matt and the crew at the Siouxland Expo Center. It is a phenomenal location to do things as what the Tyson was. It went very well. We ran a lot of people through there. I knew there was questions. People had concerns about the parking. I don't think that was an issue. We went out, we were running about 85 per hour through, or 85 per 15 minutes through is what it was. So about 320 the first hour and a half through there, and there were still spots left. So we tested it, we tried it, it worked well. And so now we're in the next phase of planning as far as saying what will be, what does it look like? And I think one of those we're trying to figure out is I think we need to do, we're at a point we need to do that off hours. Something that starts mid-afternoon to early evening because we've kind of hit the older population that was more available. We're trying to hit the younger, and I think those that are involved and engaged in work that don't have the flexibility within their schedule to get off for a daytime clinic, that's one of the next areas where we're going to be looking at to assure that we've gotten that. In addition to that, we have more and more of the pharmacies that are requesting it. We're distributing more out to them. That's all our small private along with Hy-Vee. We've been getting vaccine out to them. They continue to get that rolling out. And then in addition to that, some of our medical provider clinics have continued to do some small site-based clinics with each of those. We're also happy with the aspect that we have had still, I mean, our case count has not been overwhelming. And I think one of the key things that we first started on this journey, we really focused on not overwhelming the healthcare and specifically the hospitals. We've been very successful at that over the last few months. However, the cases are still out there. So we want to just remedy that and reduce those. But now currently working with a lot of venues, they're just calling and asking for consultation and guidance on future events. They're trying to figure out what should they do, how should they do it safely, and kind of going through and reviewing some of the different facilities. So that's a bit about all the work that we've been doing over the last couple of weeks. So any questions from any council members?
Just lots of thanks, Kevin.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I was going to say, I've heard it's run well. I'm glad that at the expo, we didn't miss a beat and you're continuing to at least increase capacity or meet the need. I like the idea of off hours. I think you need to continue to be as flexible as possible, whether it's meeting people in the home like we discussed last time you were here, or the after hours. I think that's
yep.
my only question for you would just be, if you, once we feel that you're comfortable, I really hope you start a vacation fund, because I would like to make a donation for you. Make sure that you can get some rest and relaxation.
Get a copy of the minutes of this meeting, because that would be a first.
Well, I didn't say what it was.
First for him to write a check.
I didn't say at what level, Mayor. I would love to make a contribution.
Well, as I told you earlier, I'll match whatever
There
you
go.
give, my
I
friend.
appreciate it.
I have a lot of staff in the same boat, so yes, we will
Yes.
take care of ourselves, but thank you.
Please.
Yes.
All right, Kevin, thanks.
Thanks.
Consent agendas, items 3 through 10F today. Consider them to pass unanimously unless a separate roll call vote is asked for by a council member. Any person wishing to speak on an agenda item can come up to the podium as I read that number. If you want to speak on an item not on the agenda, come up under citizen concerns. Remember that you need to state your name and address whenever you come to the microphone. I'll move the consent agenda.
Second.
3 is a reading of the city council minutes of April 5th, 2021. 4 is a resolution accepting the State Housing Trust Fund grant agreement with the Iowa Finance Authority. 5 is a resolution setting a hearing on a $300 civil penalty against Circle S Riverside 2404 Riverside Boulevard for violation of the cigarette laws. 6 are a resolution fixing the amounts to be assessed against private properties for the 2018 sidewalk program. 7 is a resolution approving a consulting services agreement with H.R. Green for the design of the Big Sioux River pedestrian bridge. This is for the actual design.
Preliminary design. So Mayor and Council, Matt Salvatore, Parks and Recreation Director, we are going, as a part of this contract, we're going to study 3 different locations. We're going to get public input on those 3 different locations and then move forward with preliminary design if all parties can agree. Be happy to answer any questions. Also, Jeff Dooley.
So this is just a study to study the sites.
To study the possible 3 locations.
And how much of this is North Sioux paying for, Dakota?
They are contributing $5,000. Siouxland Chambers contributing $5,000. The city is contributing the rest. It was budgeted as a part of CIP. And Jeff is here to answer any questions.
The other thing I would just say, I mean, I had these exact same questions, and Matt, I appreciate you taking my call earlier to explain all of this. The other thing that I would just say that I'm excited about this opportunity is, I think you've seen that this council has a dedication to quality of life amenities and making sure that we're expanding those at all possible avenues. We currently have roughly, 30 miles of trail. This bridge, this single project, would connect us to another 10 miles for a 33% increase in one item. I think that's pretty exciting. It does seem like a chunk of change, but I do understand that others are coming to the table to help with that. And then when it comes time to expand and actually complete the project, I know you have fundraising opportunities and other avenues, but for a 33% increase in our trail system in one project, I'm excited. So thank you.
Yeah, and special thanks to Jeff Dooley of Dakota Dune CID to be open to have this discussion and look at moving forward with a project like that.
For sure. Yeah, so Jeff, thanks for being here and thanks for doing that.
Matt, can you share the 3 different locations?
Yeah, the one proposed location is just east of the DOT bridge over by Riverside Park. The other location would be where the existing former cart bridge is between Riverside Park and Twin Rivers Golf Course. The other one would be closer to the Aquatic Center, Riverside Aquatic Center.
Thank you.
Yep.
But how does that tie into the trail system?
That's what I was.
Dunes would have to get a trail system over there, and they're open to doing that if that location proceeds forward.
But how would they get there?
I'll let you talk about it.
He's
There you
right
go.
back.
How would you get there?
The site to the north is right up.
Yep.
The site to the north in Two Rivers Business Park, where Empirical Foods and Tyson is.
Right.
We have a trail through there.
Okay.
For the people to walk through, and then we'd have to complete a trail from our residential side over to that side to convey traffic there as well. But there's a bridge on the interstate bridge for that. It's just not connected right now, so it wouldn't be a difficult.
Okay, and what do you think your time frame would be on that?
Well, it could be, I mean, it's not a huge project, so I mean, I think we could, if this was to move forward, we'd start planning for that and try to do it at the same time. But I just wanted to say, you know, we look forward to going through this process. Matt's put together a really good scope of work on this engineering study that will look at the design, preliminary design of it, but was also going to look at other challenges associated with putting a pedestrian bridge across the Big Sioux River. You know, since the last time we talked about this, we've had several very high river events on the Big Sioux River. And you know, the interstate, I don't know if you've ever been down there during one of those, but underneath the interstate bridge, that the pillar that's in the river now creates a significant current and eddy that can create issues for river banks. And then also in March of 2019, a tremendous amount of ice flowed down that river. So we want to make sure that wherever this bridge is located, that it's located in a place that can won't cause any more damage that we're not expecting. You know, once we get through the process, if like Matt said, if there's a agreeable location and plan for it, we look forward to working with you and trying to move the project forward.
Yeah. It'd be mutually beneficial, so yeah, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks, Jeff.
Sir,
Thanks, Matt.
could I have, for the minutes and for the recording, your name and address?
Jeff Dooley, I'm the manager of Dakota Dunes Community Improvement District. Got my address too? Or?
That's fine. Thank you.
A, are actions relating to property. A is a resolution proposing to sell property the vacated east-west alley abutting 1800 Sioux Trail. Petitioner is Morningside College.
I have to abstain on that, please.
B is a resolution proposing to sell property to the south half of 2231 Geneva Street. The petitioner is Brian James Schumacher. C is a Fibercom resolution proposing to lease property to Fibercom for the right to use portions of dark fiber in various locations throughout the city. 2 is a resolution proposing to lease property to Fibercom for the right to use portions of conduit in various locations throughout the city. 3 is a resolution proposing to lease property to Fibercom for the right to use portions of vertical structures such as utility poles and street lights in various locations throughout the city. 9 are applications for beer, liquor, and licenses. See the list, come forward if you have any questions. 10 are receipt of minutes. See the list, come forward if you have any questions. Concludes the consent agenda. Does anyone want to be heard on any of those items? Passes 5-0. 11 is a hearing resolution annexing property located near the intersection of Singing Hills Boulevard and Old Lakeport Road and the intersection of Elk Creek Road and Old Lakeport Road. The motion is requested to delete this item. I'll move that.
Second.
You can vote on this one electronically.
Not up.
Yeah, I was going to say I don't have.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Hold on just a moment.
Thanks.
Mr. Grecken, I'm just waiting on yours. You may have hit that before I hit my button. Thank you.
Jeff, did you want to give an update?
Sure. Mayor and council, I don't have anything to add in particular for this item, but while we have the opportunity, I'd like to present our new city planner, Ryan Forrester, if you want to come up. Ryan was hired back in March and has become our new city planner. He replaced Aaron Berzina, who went off to Simcoe. Ryan is from San Diego, California. He completed his education in California as well, and most recently was the planner out in Grand County, Colorado. So
wow.
Ryan will be working a lot with our Planning and Zoning Commission and presenting items with the vacations, the rezonings, minor modifications, those type of items. So we welcome Ryan to the team.
Yeah.
Welcome, Ryan.
It's an exciting day in the chamber, I tell you what. Yeah,
Exactly.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Happy to have you. If you can say a few things if you'd like.
Sure. I don't know if you know about my bio. I went to UC Santa Cruz, where I received my Bachelor's of Arts in Legal Studies and Environmental Studies combined with Economics, and I received a master's degree at San Jose State in Urban and Regional Planning, and I'm excited to be here, so thank you for having me.
Thank you for applying and coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
12 is a hearing resolution adopting revisions to the site plan for the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program. I'll move that.
Second.
Public hearing is now open. Does anyone want to be heard? Seeing none, the hearing is closed. Passes 5-0. 13 is a hearing and resolution adopting the annual plan for the Section 8 Housing Choice Voucher Program. I'll move that.
Second.
Hearing is now open. Anyone want to be heard? Seeing none, the hearing is closed. Passes 5-0. 14 is a hearing and resolution accepting the proposal of the Arena Sports Academy for the lease of the second floor of the Long Lines Family Recreation Center, excluding the climbing wall and party room, 401 Gordon Drive. I'll move that.
Second.
Mayor and Council,
Hearing's now open. Go ahead.
Mayor and Council, just wanted to say that the Parks and Rec Department, Pickleball Association, and the Arena had a meeting since the last council action on this item, and we talked about a few things, one of those things being nighttime use. So through our programming schedule on Wednesdays and Sunday nights through Parks and Rec, we did identify some evenings that may work for pickleball, for them to rent long lines if they so choose. The Arena, when they don't have activities going on night, would be willing to offer up long lines as well. So those were a couple of the things that we talked about. And the last thing was the morning schedule. The Arena confirmed that they would continue to work with the Pickleball Association on providing advance notice, and that there will be disruptions, but to keep those disruptions to an absolute minimum. So those were the items we discussed. Carolyn Erlinger is here. Just would open it up to any questions you may have for us.
Oh, I think we're fairly sure that you're going to work with them and be as flexible as possible. So thank you for meeting with them.
Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead, Carolyn.
Thank you. Carolyn Ellwanger, 3904 Kateri Court here in Sioux City. I'll just be very brief here. First of all, I just want to thank Dusty, Matt, and Angel for taking the time to meet with me and address the concerns that were raised, and they did come up with some possible solutions for us, so I really do appreciate that. And I'd just also like to say we also greatly appreciate the city allowing us to continue playing during the morning hours, during the weekdays down at Long Lines. Our players really do like playing down there. And I'd also just like to say thank you for providing the dedicated courts out at Riverside Park. They're going to be bustling with activity here very soon. And I just wanted to let you know we're going to have our first tournament out there on June 12th and 13th. And we'd invite you to come out and join in the excitement of our first ever pickleball tournament. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
And so with that, we look forward to a continued partnership with the city as we grow pickleball in Siouxland. And we also want to work together to provide this quality of life amenity to our citizens. So thank you very much.
Great.
Great. Thanks, Carolyn.
Good luck with the tournament.
Any other questions? Hearing is closed.
Yeah, appreciate it very much, gentlemen, for having the meeting and for everything you do for the community. Mike, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in some time, so I'm glad you're doing well. And thank you very much for your dedication. Your willingness to meet with them and invest in these facilities, I think, means a lot to me. So appreciate it.
Passes 5-0. That concludes the regular part of the agenda. We'll go to the Sioux City Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau Council update.
Hi, good afternoon. Just an update of our first quarter for the CVB. We have been increasing our visibility through the community. We have a permanent table display at the arena and at the United Sports Academy, and it just showcases visitors things to explore in the region. We also have a revolving table that we move to different events throughout the city in the area. We used it for the NAIA basketball, and we are going to do it for volleyball as well. The CVB was asked by the ladies of Abu Shrine for their upcoming convention to provide 1,000 welcome bags for their conference coming in August. And we've also been working with downtown partners to organize the SUX Pride event, where we will have a booth at the festival in June. We were awarded 2 RFPs for 660 room nights. One is for this year and one is for next year. And then we have 2 more waiting to be bid on. We're just finalizing it for a regional sports event in 2022 and a international, it's a canoe event in 2023. Also, we have secured $135,000 in annual funding, and we now have 15 hotels signed up. We anticipate the hotels will provide us about $15,000 a month, but it's too soon to know for sure. Lastly, our website is being created by Blue Earth Advertising. It will be mobile friendly and ADA compliant, and we are hoping for a launch of Memorial Day.
That's all good news, Ron.
Yes, thanks.
135,000 in financing. The city's in for 100, so where's the other 35?
It's Sergeant Bluff, North Sioux City.
The county.
Oh, in the county, yeah, Woodbury County.
But no South Sioux.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Any hotels in South Sioux?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, I would just say, I would echo, unless there are more questions too, I would just echo Ron, some of the things you said and pointed out. I know that the board and I myself as a member of council are excited for some of the momentum that we have going. Both some of the RFPs that have come in as a result of your efforts, but also the expanding reach that we've had with different hotels signing on. I think that they see a lot of momentum and excitement, so I'm looking forward to that. Now it's just broadcasting and that message that in a lot of ways we're open for business and excited for what's coming. So keep up the good work. I know as a one-person shop, it is extraordinarily difficult to stay on top of everything. So hopefully we can continue this momentum and hopefully get you some reinforcements as well. So
thank you.
Thank you for your effort.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Ron.
Thanks.
Citizen concerns. Any citizen want to be heard today? If so, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Seeing none, Mr. Gretkin.
I just want to acknowledge an event that happened Friday that everybody's read about. Last Friday, a sergeant with the Iowa State Patrol, Sergeant Jim Smith, who was a 27-year veteran of the Iowa State Patrol, was shot and killed in the line of duty. I ask that we all pray for Sergeant Smith, for the men and women of the Iowa State Patrol, and for all law enforcement officers. God bless the Smith family, and may Sergeant Smith rest in peace. Terrible tragedy, and law enforcement and violence just seems to increase and continually, and just need to look at ourselves and make some changes and hope for the very best and pray for those who are involved in that hard line of work now. So that's all I have. Thanks.
Julie.
I have nothing to do. I have a cold.
Alex.
I would echo Pete, your sentiments, and I appreciate you bringing that up. It's something that's been a lot on my mind as well. A lot of anger and a lot of violence in this country right now. So I think anything we can do to pray for not only those affected, but also for our country, I think we should do so.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've worked with city staff on a number of different projects and individuals that have reached out to me specifically, but otherwise I have nothing to share for the greater group. If you do have any questions specifically about any CVB or any other momentum or other stuff that we're working on, please make sure to reach out to make sure to keep you guys abreast of all the different changes and what's going on. So that's all.
Mr. Moore,
Nothing further, Mayor.
move we adjourn.
Second.
Moore,
Aye.
Shaner,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye.
Waters,
Aye.
Gretkin.
Aye.